Welcome to another All 22 Tuesday. I'm Keith Grabowski of USA Football. Joining us is Charlie Coiner, founder and CEO of FirstDown PlayBook, former NFL coach. Charlie, great to have you here.
Hey, Keith, great to be here.
And our director of coach content, Zach Dunn, and analyst himself, Zach. Good to be talking ball with you.
Can't wait, Keith.
Our next play here is, again, from the Ravens and Patriots game. We have the Ravens on defense here.
Yeah, that obviously you don't beat the New England Patriots without good on really all three phases. And the Ravens, very physical football game, I thought, up front, for the Ravens on both sides of the ball. And looking at the defensive side here, just pick this play here on defense because a similar one showed up in the first quarter, and this was toward the end of the first quarter. And the Patriots won a 3-by-1 set. The short side receiver was kind of in a close split. And the thing that jumped out to me on this was that essentially the Ravens were bringing one more than they could protect. The Patriots could protect to the weak side, but it didn't seem like Brady cared. And obviously they have a game plan and they've looked at all this stuff, but if you watch Brady's eyes as you go through this, his head stays to the strong side the whole time. And so it was a little bit curious to me as what was going on. Now, I'm sure we got a green dog going on with 48 here. 48 actually gets the sack on this one here. But what they ended up doing after it happened twice in the first quarter is they never came back to this formation, 3-by-1 far with 26 to the weak side. They ended up going a lot more empty and putting him out and going 3-by-2, 26 to the weak side, or they would actually go 3-by-1 with him to the strong side or just 2-by-2. And once again, I'm sure they had a game plan. If you look at this one right here, I'm not even sure the Ravens completely adjusted pre-snap, but ended up being a big play at a point in time to where the Ravens needed all the momentum they could get early in the game. And this ended up being something that I think changed maybe the passing game for the Patriots for the last three quarters. So as you can see right there, even from the sideline, I mean, you've got the center away, center going away from the back. I'm sure the Ravens had that. And you've got, if you look at the coverage, there's some communication going on out here. And at first you might look and say, well, why is this ball just not coming out? Brady's probably thinking that he's getting some kind of, trap out here by the corner and doesn't want to fall into that, right? And, the hats off to the Ravens. It doesn't look good when the ball is snapped, but about 3 steps into the route, it looks real good. Everybody gets to where they need to be. They end up having one more than the Patriots can handle to the weak side, and rare time when you see this happen to Brady. But as you watch on the end zone copy, and guys chime in, once again, I'm a dude talking on Tuesday afternoon. I just don't see Brady looking this way. That's what kind of, there what didn't seem to be a hot answer over here or anything to the weak side. And that was a little bit confusing to me.
Yeah, so let me see. Who's weak here? Is this the weak side receiver is Ben Watson. He's relatively new in this offense. He was suspended the first 4 games. But yeah, I mean, as you're saying, Charlie, you get 4 weak here, or as they say, 2. If 2 comes, you got to side adjust. But one thing we talked about before this was the Patriots are going to tempo here. They probably snapped this ball with 30 seconds left on the play clock here, and I think almost what they were doing New England wise was, and Brady was thinking, okay, we're going to go so fast that we're going to get a basic check from them. We're going to get a zone check or just a man defense. Probably not going to get a blitz because we're going so fast. They're just trying to get set up. But the Ravens did blitz, and the Patriots here are running a concept they call Pluto, where they run 1 on a post, 2 on a wheel, and 3 on this this 8 to 10 yard out. It's one of their favorite concepts to run to Edelman because it really clears out the flat and gives him that whole area to work. And I think Brady just thought he was going to get a basic coverage check here, and he's just going to go to Edelman. And I don't think he ever really thought that they would actually bring 2 weak here. But if this isn't tempo, and he's really trying to draw out this count and trying to see what he's getting on defense, I think without a doubt here he's going to send the center right, and they're going to get this blocked up. But I think Tempo had a reason to do with why he didn't even check the protection. He just thought that they weren't gonna blitz. They wouldn't bring 6 considering that they're just trying to get lined up. As you can see, like you said, Charlie, the Ravens almost busted this coverage, but post snap they adjusted well. I mean, I don't know if this was just a post snap adjustment or I don't think they're playing palms out here. No, they're not playing palms. But the corner takes the wheel and Earl Thomas gets over top on the post. But something that the Ravens did a lot in this game is something that Wade Phillips did a lot in the Super Bowl is New England will kill you in the passing game with the running backs. And one way to stop that is to just blitz the heck out of the back. Keep the back in. Don't let the back get out. So I think part of that was part of their plan was, hey, we're going to blitz the back because we're going to keep them in. We're not going to let them go, check and get out and then just kill us, death by 1,000 cuts like they do to so many teams.
If you watch this from the end zone again too, and once again we talk a lot of scheme here and that's fun to do, but a lot of good technique. Watch 36. There's no question 36. A little bit like blocking a punt, right? 36 understands that he's blocked, and he probably could step outside to open it more for 48 right here, but there's still enough. They understand. 98 understands where 48 is. Everybody understands. And 48, that's why they make a lot of money right there. He ain't going to get tripped up when he gets an opportunity like that to get home.
Yeah, exactly.
We watched this a couple of weeks ago. Once again, Brady's the best at both hands on the ball, try to stay in the pocket and make the best of it. And there ain't nothing to be made here. It just collapses around him.
No, yeah, exactly. And as you know, Charlie, Brady with pass pro, he's probably one of the best. I'd say he's got probably a top 5 quarterback ever at getting his protection set right. Hardly ever does he miss ID something or does he miss something. Something tells me that this had anything to do with tempo. He just wanted to get the ball snap. He didn't think they'd actually bring 6. Because Brady's money about getting the protection flipped. You can see right here he IDs 57 as a Mike and he just wants to snap.
Well, guys, there it is. This shows right there. It happened to the best.
Yep, exactly. And something I think we saw as the game went on, like you said, Charlie, they didn't come back to this formation, but something I think that the Patriots did smartly was they went to empty a ton. And one thing you know about empty is when an offense goes into empty, it's a lot harder to disguise your pressures that way because the offense has got to, the defense almost has to show their hand. If they are 1 high, they can't bring more than 5. And, if they're 2 high, they can't bring more than 4 without rolling somebody or something like that. So
be sure to check out all we're doing as we talk about trends on the podcast with some of these plays. And you can find the show notes for that on blogs.usafootball.com, as well as checking out everything that Charlie's doing on FirstDown Playbook. How can they find the information, Charlie?
Yeah, Keith, absolutely. They can find our all these plays at firstdownplaybook.com, and we also have what we call a coaches community site at blog.firstdownplaybook.com. And it's important to understand that all these plays that we do here, we end up taking those and converting them over into the regular sections of First Down Playbook and block them up against different fronts. So everything you see here, if you like it, you can go in and someday maybe put it into your 2020 game plan for next season.